Based on law of constant proportions and law of conservation of mass, John Dalton proposed the basic theory about the nature of matter. His idea is, if mass to be conserved, then all elements must be made up of extremely small particles, which are called atoms. If law of constant proportion is to be followed, the particles of same substance could not be dissimilar. Based on these two ideas, Dalton proposed a new system of chemical philosophy of atomic theory. According to Dalton, matter consists of individual particles called atoms. Atoms are neither created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction involves the reorganization of atoms. Suppose we consider two kinds of matter. Here you can find in this reaction how the atoms are reorganizing. All the atoms of a given element have identical mass and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and different chemical properties. Compounds are formed when atoms of different elements are combined in a simple whole number ratios. That is, chemical change is the union or separation of atoms as a whole. And these are the postulates of Dalton's theory. This postulate explains law of constant proportions. From all these discussions, we can come to a conclusion. Atoms are the building blocks of matter. That is, matter is composed of tiny particles which are known as atoms. These atoms are so small that we cannot see them even with a high-power microscope. The number of atoms present even in a small amount of matter is very large. And already we know that substances are made up of atoms or molecules. Atoms are the most fundamental of all particles that can have an independent existence. Sometimes two or more atoms combine to form a big particle. When atoms combine, they form molecules. When the particles of a substance contain only one type of atoms, that substance is called an element. In elements, the smallest particles that exist may be atoms or molecules. There are many elements whose smallest particle is an atom. Iron, copper, zinc, aluminium, silver, gold. These are all examples of substances in which the smallest particle is an atom. Oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. These are examples of substances in which the particles are a combination of two identical atoms. Atoms of same elements or of different elements can join together to form a molecule. If atoms of different elements join together, they form a new substance which is known as compound. So we can have molecules of elements and molecules of compounds. Say this, these are molecules of same elements, these are the molecules of compounds. A molecule can be defined as the smallest particle of the matter that is capable of an independent existence and retained all the properties of that substance. Now we take some examples. Suppose we consider oxygen. Now this is the molecule of elements. Nitrogen, hydrogen, ozone, all these comes under the molecules of elements. What about water? Water means H2O. Water, ammonia, these are examples of molecules of compounds. Our next job is to discuss why do we name the elements with one or more atoms, how they combine, and what is the chemical formula for these elements and atoms.